All right, all right, all right. Yo, what's going on, guys? Sean Murphy here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. I'm actually doing something a little bit different. Hold on. Doing something a little bit different today. I'm actually going live from my laptop today. And so this is actually a little bit new for me. So instead of having the phone in my hand, but I got a really interesting question the other day, and I really want to elaborate on this because I feel like so many of us have been in this situation. And the question was, hey, Sean, I know what I need to do. Like they phrase the question like, I know I need to be eating healthy. I know I need to be exercising, but I just cannot find the motivation to do it. Can you help? And so, like, I got to let you know, guys, like, I was in that place for a very long time. And so there was actually two questions I asked myself that was very powerful. And this is what really propelled me into taking charge of my health and fitness and really helping me get over that hurdle and over this mental hump, if you will, of like, I know I need to be eating healthy, I know I need to be exercising, but I just can't seem to find the willpower to do so, right? So that's what I want to talk to you today. And really, this goes back to 1998. Like, I struggled with this thing for like a year and a half, guys. And so let me just kind of share with you exactly where that looked like and where I was. But in 1998, I was still in the military, and what was going on was I was having severe lower back pain, and I found myself just becoming more and more sedentary because I was always telling myself like, this hurts, that hurts, I can't do this, I can't do that, and so I was always giving myself kind of an out, if you will, of not being able to be active and not being able to do the things. But what was really going on was I was using that pain as kind of a crutch to be sedentary and to make the excuses and whatnot. And so what it came down to was in 1998, I had what was called degenerative disc disease. I actually got an MRI done, and this is the deterioration of the cartilage in my spine. And so, right near the L4, L5 vertebrae, no cartilage or whatsoever, or it's really wearing down. And so, my muscles in my lower back were overcompensating. Well, because of that pain and because I wasn't able to really deal with it, I became much more sedentary. I became even overweight. I was not taking care of myself anymore. Like I was really using it as an excuse. And this lasted from 98 and into 99. 1999 was actually the last year that I was enlisted in the military. And it got so bad, guys, that I was actually put on light duty. And light duty, like I was infantry. I was actually a 12B as well as 11B. So I served infantry for 3 years, and I moved over into combat engineer. So combat engineer is basically infantry with explosives, if we want to be fair. But now I'm put on light duty, and I'm not even able to carry a rifle. And so I just remember just where I talk about, dealing with self-image issues and the depression, all that, like all this stuff like started coming back to head with me. And it really attacked me. Like it attacked my mindset, attacked my self-worth because here I was like the military really helped me to build confidence and it really helped me to build myself as a man. But what happened at this point was all that stuff was now being taken away, and all I could focus on is the pain, the pain that I was living in day after day, the pain of not being able to do things with my son. Like my son, who was born in '97, he's like he's almost 2 years old by the time I get out of the military, but it was like I couldn't bend over the bathtub to give him a bath, and I couldn't like pick him up over my head and kind of do the normal dad things that dads do with their young children, right? And so I was just in this constant pain, I was in this constant misery, and that's all that I could focus on instead of focus on what maybe could I do. And so 98 is when it happened. 99, I'm put on light duty. And then December 1999, that's when I actually got out of the military. They tell me at the age of 23 years old, that's how old I was at that time, that the back of a 62-year-old, and that I would one day require surgery. And so I just bought into that. And so then I'm getting into the year 2000, and we're approaching summertime, and I'm out of the military now for like 6 months, but I've been dealing with this pain since 1998, and I had just let myself go. I'm now 60 pounds overweight. I have done nothing to improve my quality of life. I'm still giving myself excuses of why I can't do stuff. and my son is getting older now. Like we're trying to, you know, he's like in the backyard and playing. And he's getting active. Like he's on his little 2 feet, right, stumbling and bubbling around. And I want to do stuff with him. I want to be active with him, but I simply could not, right? So that was all I was focused on. But eventually, I just got so fed up. I just got so fed up with myself. I was like, all right, man. You're 23 years old, Sean. This is a conversation I have with myself, and these are the two questions that changed everything for me. Question number one was, all right, Sean, you are 23 years old. What happens? What is the rest of your life going to look like if something does not change? What is your life going to look like? And I had to get really real with myself, and I had to really dig deep into that. And I really had to, find the emotions. I was like, okay, well, if I'm 23 in this kind of pain and I can't keep up with my son now, who's, only 2 years old, what happens when he's 5? What happens when he's older and he wants to play sports? What happens when I'm 30, when I'm 40? Like I'm 44 now. Like what happens later on in life? Like, is this the best there is at the age of 23? Is this the best that I'm ever going to feel? Is this the best I'm ever going to, be for myself and for my son and for my family and whatnot? Like, is this the best there is? And when I came to grips with that, and I just decided, oh, hell no. This is not going to be the best of me. This is not going to be, the way that I want to live. This is not how it's going to be. So then I went into question number two. And question number two was, how could my life actually be better if I was to be pain free, if I was able to play with my son, if I was able to be fit and have the freedom of all this pain? Like, how would my life be different? And I started just listening. I just started making the list. I was like, yes, I'm going to be able to play with my son. Yes, I'm going to be able to wrestle with him. I'm not going to be in the pain. Like, I didn't know how I was going to achieve these things. I just knew what I wanted to achieve on these things. And so once I started writing that down, once I started asking myself those two questions, and once I put the focus on, okay, this is where I really want to go, and stop focusing on this is where I'm at, and this is all my excuses, and this is my pain, and this is why I can't do these things. Once I turn my focus on what I actually wanted instead of what I didn't want, that's when my life changed, guys. And so then I started seeking the answers. Then I was like, okay, what is the low hanging fruit? Where's the stuff that I could do better? Well, I'm eating anyway. I'm going to be eating. So I could just eat healthier. And who's the professional? Who's the help that I could go out and, seek and get? Well, that's when I listened to help of a physical therapist. And so I was doing, physical therapy, and I was doing massage therapy. And, then I was really learning about, he was giving me the exercises to help strengthen up my back. And so that's really where my fitness really started getting into play. Then I'm starting to study kinesiology and actually, nutrition at that time. And so I was just taking the little steps day by day, doing the things that I could do. I didn't know about deadlifts back then. I couldn't run back then. I couldn't, I didn't know about all the strongman and heavy lifting at that time. I was just focused on getting healthier and getting better and becoming pain free. That was my entire singularity of focus, and that was all I was focused on. And I knew that the extra weight wasn't helping, so I knew I needed to lose weight. I knew that I needed to clean up my act because I was a smoker at the time. I wanted to cut that out. I wanted to become healthier for that. I wanted to fix my nutrition because I was just giving myself excuses to just eat whatever I want, because if I can't be active, then why even bother with eating healthy or whatnot? So I was kind of that all-in individual, if you will. But those two questions, once I put my focus down on, okay, what can I do? Everything started coming together. Working with the physical therapist was the best choice I ever made in my life, and just making that decision and answering these two questions really was the best decision of my life. So here's the thing. If you haven't answered these two questions for yourself, if you haven't answered the questions of what happens if I stay in the same situation that I am today? What's my life actually going to look like 10, 20, 30 years down the road? And the second question being, what could my life actually be like if I were to actually achieve my goals? Like, what could actually be? What could my life actually look like? Like, if you're not answering those two questions, one or two things happen. And chances are is you're just stuck in so much pain that you become kind of comfortable with your own pain. You've actually you're able to cope with it, and you're just kind of like, well, this is the best there is, and you kind of come to grips with this is the best there is. I'll never achieve X, Y, and Z, blah blah blah. But you're just constantly focused on where you're at today instead of what's possible? What is possible for me? What is possible if I gained the freedom, if I were to able to get off the medications? What is possible if I was able to lose the weight? What is possible if I was able to become stronger? Like what would be different with my fitness? What would be different with my family? What would be different with myself? What would be different with my mindset? What would be different with my business? What would be different with my job? Like, that's what I'm going to encourage you today is look at what could be different if you made that simple decision to just take action. How would your life be different? If you need any help with that, reach out. This is what I really do for people. Like, yes, we help you out with the fitness. Yes, we help you out with the nutrition, all that stuff, but it's the mindset stuff, guys. What's going on up in here, like I talked about yesterday, your emotions are going to feed your actions, and your actions is what's going to create your freedom, is what's going to create your life. It all starts up in here. So if you need any help with this, just reach out to me, and I will be more than willing to, talk you through and help you answer these two questions, because you do need to dive deep with this. And the more powerful story that you can create about the outcome that you want, the more motivation that you're going to find to actually start taking action and move forward today. Okay, so I hope this serves you. I hope this helps you out, guys. The best decision I ever made at the age of 23 was the simple decision to say, I want to be pain free. And that's how I created a motivation to get up every day and just take the small steps I needed to each day. That's how I built the momentum. And then I never knew I was going to build a fitness business out of it. I was working just a job at that time, did not know, but you never know what one little decision can can do for you to propel you to the freedom that you're trying to build in your life. So I hope this serves you today. It was just on my mind. It was an awesome question. So really appreciate that question. And so if you have any more of those kind of questions, feed them my way, guys. So appreciate you. Much love to you. Peace, love, and strength. Go crush today, guys. Go crush Tuesday. Holler at you. Holler at your boy if you need me. All right. Take care, guys.